So let's listen to Old Faithful here. Old Brian Enton. Jeez. You think he would vet our news station would? What they're talking about, like, you gotta be kidding me. I know they gotta act dumb, but holy Christmas.
Jacket and how hot it was today. I was talking to my friends in New York City today, and they were complaining.
Does it really matter how hot it is? Like, this man's on a mission. I don't think he cares if he's wearing a jacket, that he's got a bulletproof vest underneath, that he's wearing pants, or that he stopped his car in front of this building and really didn't care. He was on a mission. Come on, Enton. Get with it. Stop following the script.
About the heat, and there were reports early on, Arif, that he may have been wearing body armor. That hasn't been confirmed.
May have been wearing body armor. This was reported an hour ago, and he still can't get it straight. Mainstream. Here you go, boys.
Maybe that will come out at the presser, but you're right. The jacket, what is he covering up? And I mean, could that...
Listen, wait till you hear this dingleberry below him and what he says. He doesn't have a clue. Dude doesn't have a clue.
Explain also why he managed, even after, running into this police officer, still made it up to the 32nd floor?
Yeah, there has to be some sort of a mechanism in place to shut down those elevators.
But you want to know what, bud? There is no mechanism in place to shut down the elevators. Because you want to know what? This usually doesn't happen like this. This guy's preaching to the choir. You might want to talk to the elevator authority to figure out a mechanism to stop the elevator from going from floor 1 to 33. Like, dude, just stop talking.
From the top floor, it's just incredible to me when people don't realize you have an assault. Why can't we lock them in the elevator system?
No. How is it incredible that people don't realize that? Well, people don't realize that until they're in a situation. How is that incredible? It's incredible that the makers or the engineers of elevators or whoever haven't put something in place to correct this. So stop talking about the people.
And then force that elevator to a safe location, whether it's a particular floor where officers are waiting.
Yep, this guy's living in a dream.
Or the basement, garage, whatever it might be. But it just seems to me that it strikes me that there wasn't a follow-up. That female police officer...
There is no follow-up. What are you going to do for a follow-up? You're going to send backup. What's the follow-up you're going to send? What, is someone going to grab the fire phone and call 911? Get with it, buddy.
It's brave. She stood her ground. We know that she really took some shots. I don't know how many it took.
And here he goes with a classic. He's going to start talking about ammo. Why does it matter? Why does it matter? 223 or 308? This guy ain't hunting bears.
To take her life. But this particular bullet, if it's at least a 223, it could be.
See, now the question is, was the deputy wearing a bulletproof vest? And maybe that's where this would be validated. But this whole 223 and 308, this is just BS talk. He's just making up time for what he doesn't know what he's talking about.
A 308. Now, both of those are larger bullets than you would see in a handgun. But the 223 round, its diameter is the same as a 22.
The 223 is the same as a 22. My ace.
Rifle. And that's the most common, except it's longer and it has more gunpowder. For the civilians out there, it's simple.
For the civilians out here, the simplicity of it is this guy is trying to scale up something that doesn't even need to be talked about. 223, 308 ammo, it doesn't matter. How many people do we have with casualties? Thank you.
Bullet is fired, it tumbles once it hits something. That's why it's dangerous around
This guy's career is going to tumble.
body armor that's light body armor, at least, and metal, etc.
Or it should have, because he shouldn't even be bringing this up right now. 223 or 308 ammo. What does it matter? You got casualties. Why are you even talking about this? Because you have nothing else to talk about. News Nation, vet your people. Holy cow. Get it together.
It'll tumble, which means it has a much greater capacity to cause damage in the person and in the item it's fighting. It can't go through, steel, regular steel plates, but it can do a lot of damage.
Cool. What is the point he's trying to prove
To an individual.
Yeah, it breaks your heart to think about this female police officer. I was saying earlier, I mean, so
it is heartbreaking. But you want to know what? This guy on the bottom, I don't even know why he's here.
many cops that I know, work these off-duty jobs to make extra money, and you think about her just in her off time trying to keep that lobby safe, and then this, coward comes inside. What do you make of the fact, and this is the part that I can't get over, that he's walking outside with this weapon?
It doesn't matter. It's called a man on a mission, Brian. Does it really matter whether he's walking outside up to this building with a rifle by his side? He's on a mission. Stop playing the part.
You would think if he would almost want to hide it before.
Yeah, you're going to want to hide it. Yeah, trench coat, July, New York City. That's the only way you're going to hide that thing. Do you think he really cared, bud?
He got inside. I mean, what if a cop had seen him outside?
Yeah, what if a cop did see him outside? Would we be talking about ammo again? 223 and 308? Get a grip.
It seems almost like careless on his part.
It's not careless. It's called frickin' calculated. He walked by everybody and got up to the 30-something floor and took lives. Somebody needs to take accountability for that. Where's the security at the front door of this? You got how many floors? There was probably 60-some floors in this building. And there's nobody at the front door as a guard? That's piss poor.
Yeah, off-duty officers across the country are paid a little bit more to be in a police uniform, and they like the ability to not have.
Who cares if they're paid more to be in a police uniform? Where is the building security? This is Midtown Manhattan. This is the melting pot of Shitoli. Wake up. Your boy, that's your speaker, he ain't doing News Nation much justice.
To carry their own insurance, they're still on
Talking about insurance.
workers' comp.
Go fly 5 blocks, 6 blocks down and talk about insurance with Luigi Mangione. We talk about insurance.
Clock and injured on duty. It's called the IOD, or injured on duty, if in fact they did engage in a problem and get hurt, and yet they're covered by the city. So this happens in Los Angeles. It happens in New York. Happens across.
It's America. Welcome. It happens everywhere. We have how many states, compadre?
The country where officers are off duty. It also means that they have access often to the rest of the department, whether they might be using a radio or some other mechanism to get a hold of the rest of the folks. So
yeah, that was going to save everybody's life. A radio or some kind of mechanism to get a hold of somebody. I think they did that.
it would at least seem.
Let's talk about ammo again, homeboy.
Likely that somebody would have called the police. A call would have gone out.
They did. Where are you?
And hopefully she would.
Like, it's the tragedy that just happened. Where was the security at the front of the building when this guy walked through with a freaking AR by his side, exposed?
Would have heard it had she had a radio. and said, oh, wait a second.
This guy's
that's
a
my building.
clown.
I'm sitting here